without a doubt. Yeah, if you're not growing, you're dying. So that's always a good thing.
Totally, yeah. I think that's a Tony Robbins quote. I think it is.
Is it?
I think that's where it comes from. That's where I first heard it, but he may be jacked it from somebody else.
It's possible. I've done this thing where I used to just take, the memes of motivational quotes and just put them on social media, but then I got a whiteboard at the house, so I've been doing that for 5 or 6 years, where it's just, posting a motivational quote every morning. And, because I was in my head, I was like, okay, well, I was trying to change my thought process, because there's so many times in the world that the negative things just kind of take over too much. So I really wanted to try to put positivity in my world. And then also, social media can be so toxic that I wanted to just kind of help plant seeds of good things on social media so that people could see them on a regular basis. So I've got so many just random ones that probably just float around in my brain, living rent free, that that may have been one of them, and I didn't know it.
No, but I love that. I think that's a worthwhile initiative. I think there is a lot of negativity on social media, but even in more insidious ways that aren't so obvious, right? So again, another rabbit hole for another time. Maybe if I break the record, the world record, then we can chat about that too. But yeah, I think that's definitely a worthwhile pursuit.
Thank you. Speaking of which, who or what inspires you?
Yeah, so I think moving to Austin, Texas has really created a lot of inspiration and drive in me. Napa was beautiful and I loved living there. Everybody works in the wine industry or the hospitality space, and so you kind of have a lot of the same conversations. Not that people aren't doing cool things there and accomplishing interesting things, but it's all centered around the same topic. And so I think moving to Austin, where there are so many young entrepreneurs creating really interesting, exciting things and just constantly being exposed to that, I think that was one of the 1,000 factors that pushed me to create Upline Brewing.
That's awesome. And what would you tell your 17-year-old self?
I don't think I would listen to me, but hold on, I'm trying to take a sip of water here. Yeah, when I think about my 17-year-old self, okay, so in middle school, I wasn't 17 at this time, but I remember when I was in middle school, we had a computer class, which I assume don't exist anymore. But it was
I do wonder that too, because I had a definitely
like maybe there was typing class before that, and this was like a class of how to learn to use computers. And as part of that, there was this assignment, this project where there was a platform that was tied into the actual stock market, and you were given something like 1,000 imaginary dollars to invest in stocks, and your return would be based on what the actual stock market did. So this started at the beginning of the semester, and then it went for a few months, and then they kind of cashed out your imaginary account to see how your investments worked. And it was meant to teach you how to use the stock market, how it functioned, and what to expect if you were to invest, which all made sense. I think that that's a worthwhile thing for students to learn about. But interestingly, I invested most of my imaginary money in Google.
Oh.
And when we cashed it out, so Google was very new. And when we cashed it out, I had the most money of anybody in the class, but I got a B instead of an A. And I asked the teacher, I said, why would I not get an A if my investment had the highest return? And they said, well, the internet is too new, it's too volatile due to the way that, the software works and measures basically risk. It basically said that your profile was too risky, and so you lost a lot of credit for making what is considered to be a bad investment. And so if I could go back to then later my 17-year-old self, I would say, take every penny you can find and put it in Google. They were wrong.
they're wrong, and they're going to kick themselves so hard later when you are so rich.
Right. Yeah, because that really stuck with me. I remember later playing with investments, and that for some reason really stuck out as a lesson of, yeah, that's too risky, don't do it. And, hindsight's always 20/20, but I think my investments would have done okay had I invested in Google back then.
A little bit, yeah. I think you'd be perfectly fine now if you had done that back then.
Yeah.
Now, if people wanted to find out more about you, follow you online, buy Upline Brewing, how can they do so?
Yeah, so we are Upline Brewing on Instagram. We're quite active there right now. UplineBrewing.com. Is it cool if I throw out a promo code too?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. So I also created promo code Brewsers Pod, all one word, for free shipping on any order. Yeah. So if anybody wants to go to Upline Brewing, place an order there, you can use Brewsers Pod for free shipping on any order, or just follow us on Instagram. We're trying to do some cool stuff there.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that promo code. I didn't know you were going to do that. That's amazing.
Yeah, of course. Just created it this morning before we hopped on.
Oh, there you go. Well, Troy, thank you so much for your time. And again, if you guys want to, drink something that is non-alcoholic and is great for your functional being, drink some Upline Brewing. And again, the promo code is BrewsersPod. Definitely go and check them out and definitely help support the non-alcoholic world and just feel better in general. So again, Troy, thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. It was fun. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much to Troy for being on the show. Again, Upline Brewing, go find them. They are growing, and they're out of this great state of Texas. So you can still enjoy life, but don't have to worry about the side effects of alcohol. So definitely check out Upline Brewing. Speaking of things you need to check out, make sure to check out our newsletter and sign up for it. You get even more information about our guests. You get to find out what's happening with your favorite podcast, all about beer, coffee, booze, and Brewsers. And also follow us on our social medias. It is Brewsers Pod. That is BREWSCRSPOD on the Instagram, the Threads, and the Twitter. Send us an email at brewserspod@gmail.com. Make sure to follow me directly if you want to. It is Rodie John, that is RODIEJON, on the Twitter and on Untapped, in case you want to find out what I'm drinking. Maybe we can have a beer together. And if you want to follow me on the Instagram or the Threads, it is official Rodie John. Send me an email over at rodiejohn@gmail.com. Until next time, make sure to enjoy life, drink local, and cheers.